Howdy, everyone. Welcome back to the Doki Comfy Cast. Today I'm joined by my great companions, Kohatsune.
Hi.
JpegYuri.
Hello.
Robo.
Hello.
Akko-Anon.
Hello.
Lily.
Hello.
Here we are. I think we're going to start off the topic today with what games have you guys been playing? Let's, of course, start off with Koa.
I don't know, I've been kind of bored lately. I've mostly been working on the art, but I played Warframe and Overwatch.
Ah, wonderful. Robo, what have you been playing this week?
I've honestly been playing a mix of any ZX Spectrum game I can get to load, Overwatch, and Donkey Kong Country 2.
Ah, good old classics. JpegYuri, what have you been playing?
Well, I had some nice autistic fun in Moonbase Alpha with the boys yesterday. That was pretty good, but that was only fun for about 30 minutes. Apart from that, mostly just been playing Minecraft by myself.
Radical, dude. Nothing like some John Madden with pals. Lily, what have you been playing?
Well, it just so happens that Robo introduced me to the masterpiece that is Hat in Time, so I've been doing a little bit of that, and I've also been doing some Pokemon Ultra Sun on the side, courtesy of Kaz and Del. So that's been my gaming experience for the past pretty recently.
I can't believe you're just now getting into Hat in Time.
I know, right? It's not like everyone else in the server's been playing it.
I'm a slow boy.
Akiko, what have you been playing?
This week I've been playing a lot of Virtue's Last Reward, which is one of these like mystery visual novel type games I've been ranting on about. Other than that, I've been playing SCP, Secret Laboratory, and really just been shitposting on the intercom so everyone can hear me make stupid jokes that no one likes.
Akko, did you play the Grandma Skin advert?
No, I didn't have time. I never got to the intercom this section. I'm sorry.
You didn't broadcast Grandma's Skin. We need to advance our brand.
I know, but like it's not my fault when I meet a bunch of SCPs while I'm trying to make my way to the intercom.
We made you sign a contract to advertise Grandma's Skin at least once, and you failed.
I can't believe I'm worthless.
Now you're gonna go to the dungeon for 50 years.
That's a pretty heavy punishment, but I'll take it. It's a righteous thing to do because I couldn't fulfill my end of the bargain.
You masochist.
What masochist? It was right there in the freaking contract. Come on.
Anyways, besides Akiko's 50-year dungeon, I've been playing a good amount of Shenmue 1 and 2 ever since it came out about like a month or two ago. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. And with that, we shall go into a new topic. And that topic is nothing.
Now, the topic will be an interesting one that has actually come from the suggestion of my own dad and my own little brother, and that is stereotype comparisons. And how this works is you name a stereotype from the country of origin from another person, i.e. in my case that would be me to Akko, and I get him to impersonate said stereotype.
Wait a minute. What the hell does that even mean?
Look, this is how it was explained to me. I was taking the advice of my dad, who was not really paying attention at the time.
But like a stereotype of a Brit so far, like this year, or not this year, but lately has been that you're not allowed to have like butter knives anywhere. How are you gonna enact that? Are you gonna go out on the street and like wave it in front of a police officer to see what happens?
Hey, officer, look at me with my butter knife. What are you gonna do about it?
I don't have a permit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Robo lives in the land of where you need a license for everything.
I mean, we do need TV licenses.
He doesn't even have his podcasting license. So you know what that means, officers? Hunt him down.
I mean, I'll just be talking here and... Oh, shit.
Yep, he's gone.
I can't believe Robo got killed, beaten to death by the UK police.
I lived, bitch. You know what? In practice, I don't think this one's going to work.
Hold on. Let's essentially impersonate whatever stereotype's given to you, right?
Well, yeah, whatever stereotype is from your state and or country.
Well, it's just the Midwest. Everyone ignores me.
So, for example, Lily, a stereotype of New Yorkers. You're always fucking pushy and arrogant. Mr. Hey, I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Walking in.
I'm walking here.
Or, because you're from upstate New York, Mr. Steamed Hams.
Yes, I understand that is a quality expression.
Oh, God, this is the worst thing that's ever been suggested. I hate it.
Yes, let's please move on.
Remind me to never listen to my dad again.
Now a message from our sponsors.
Are you tired of laying in bed and you turn your pillow over and it's very hot? Well, no longer will you have to suffer through the discomfort of your weird pillow, for here's the new pillow, the Ice Block. It's a block made entirely out of ice that you can lay your head on and will eventually melt as the night goes by. This product has been tested by scientists after scientists, making sure that the ice wets your bed sheets and wets your hair. By the time you wake up in the morning, your neck is probably going to be looking backwards. So now get your Ice Block pillow, only for $99.99. But wait, if you call in the next 5 minutes, you can get the Super Heater, a heater that'll literally burn, not only melt your ice block, but also burn your skin off.
Beautiful. And how much would this cost?
It would cost, for the amazing price of $18.69.
Still cheaper than fire in a can.
Here's a topic. Let's talk about classic games we grew up playing. Now, I'm going to go around the table here and ask each one of you, what was your favorite classic game? So to start, Lily.
Well, as a child, I liked to cut down enemies in the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion. I'd watch my father play it a lot. Really engaging storyline, variety of quests. I just love the aspect of getting a bunch of armor, a bunch of weapons. It got me into the medieval genre, into Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, Elder Scrolls Oblivion. That's a childhood favorite.
So what you're telling me is you grew up giving Todd Howard your money?
Yes, I was a shill. I was a child back then. I was unknown to the ways of our Lord and Savior, Mr. Todd Howard.
Yeah, that sounds neat. Be sure to triple buy Skyrim, little lad.
Quadruple by it.
Akiko, what was your favorite classic game?
I want to add two, but I don't know if like GameCube games count as classics yet, or if they're like.
The GameCube was released in the early 2000s. It's nearly.
Personally, I would honestly count GameCube as classic. Yeah.
Then I have two games. We have Pokemon Blue on the Game Boy, and then we have Legend of Zelda Wind Waker on GameCube. Like, I remember those so distinctly because I didn't know English when I played them, so it was kind of difficult to get around and everything, but I still managed to beat them. Especially Wind Waker, it's kind of odd because there's this one section where you have to remember a password to get on a pirate ship, and the password was obviously in English. I still, to this day, do not understand how I even got past that part, or even knew I needed a password.
Dumb luck.
Maybe.
Just sheer dumb luck.
Yep, sheer dumb luck is the answer to all.
There's a section in Pokemon that's kind of the same. It's where you need to get this old man's like teeth back or whatever, so you get strength for surf. I don't remember which it is. It's the same thing. The only way you know is if you talk to him.
Well, rip you then.
Okay, Robo, what was your favorite classic game?
See, this is the thing. I've spent most of my life playing nothing but the retro classics, so it's hard to pin one down. But gun to my head, I would honestly have to say Worms Armageddon for the PC.
Ah, so you're a man of culture, eh?
I mean, for a start, even to this day, the gameplay is still amazing. The graphics have aged brilliantly. It's still widely customizable. The community for it is still going strong, and you can still find games for it to this day. Meanwhile, later entries in the Worms series, there are no matches online whatsoever because everyone's sticking to Worms Armageddon.
The console versions of Worms are very dead, but on PC, it's well thriving.
I mean, oh yeah, definitely. But even the PC version of the latest one, Worms Weapons of Mass Destruction, or Worms WMD, there is no service for that at all because everyone's on Armageddon.
Of course, there's no servers for that game. That's probably got to be the least favorite Worms game for everyone.
That's a tough. I'd say Worms 3D was the least favorite.
Yeah, but we're not counting 3D sequels.
Oh yeah, fair point.
I mean, look at games like Sonic Blast 3D or Bubsy 3D.
Oh no, not Bubsy again, please. We had that last episode.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Get out of here, Bubsy. JPEG, what was your favorite classic game?
Well, I mean, growing up, what I did a lot of the time was I replayed the campaigns of Halo over and over again because, you see, my parents didn't buy Xbox Live. Or sometimes I messed around in Forge, but it was primarily just playing the campaigns over and over. If I reach really far back into my earliest memories to find something that you might actually call classic, there was a game called LAPD for PlayStation 1. The premise behind it was basically that Los Angeles was a complete shithole now and absolutely terrible, and there was crime everywhere. So you pilot a police mech with miniguns and shit on it, and you go and blow up all the criminals. The multiplayer for it was pretty interesting, except I didn't really have any friends, so I didn't play that very much. I played it with my dad a little bit, but again, I don't remember it very much. If we go far enough back, that's probably one of the games I remember the most fondly.
Well, that's pretty neat. Koa, what was your favorite classic game growing up?
I mean, I don't really remember playing that many games when I was a kid. The only game I can think of that would be classified as a classic game that I really liked, I got a Game Boy Advance one year for Christmas, and I got a Game Boy game that was like Pac-Man Collections, and it had a bunch of Pac-Man games, but it also had Galaga and stuff like that, and I was really into Dig Dug. But I mean, I mostly grew up really into RPGs and platformers, so like when I was really young, I played Wizards 101 and Free Realms on my computer, or I played like Spyro, A Hero's Tale on Xbox, and Okami on PlayStation 2.
Very high quality taste there.
Possibly the best taste.
Yeah, Okami is always the good game.
Would you say it's the nice good game?
Yes, it is the nice good game, but nothing's better than Knack.
Knack 2, baby!
In terms of me, for classic games, growing up, the two games that I loved the most back during my childhood were Super Mario 64 and Burnout Revenge for the PlayStation 2. I absolutely loved those games to death. I love Mario for being the revolutionary 3D platforming game that got controls just right. And I just loved Burnout Revenge. And when you're a little kid and you're given a game where pretty much the objective is to race cars and crash cars, it's kind of a lot of fun. That would make my classic games that I enjoyed growing up.
I've got a topic! Seeing as though we are now currently in October, which will date this if anyone's ever listening in the future, I would like to enter a spooky topic. Have you ever seen or interacted with what you would believe was a ghost or an unseen entity? Basically, have you ever had a paranormal experience? And I would like to go down the list. Fun, have you ever experienced anything paranormal?
I would camp with my grandpa. We would go out to this forest that was very dark at night and had like a lake. It was our plan to fish there for 3 days, and it had like a little log cabin that was a little bit deep in the forest. things were pretty spooky, but not spooky in a paranormal sense, no. Things were just very unsettling.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It wouldn't be until one night in the log cabin where I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would hear like little weird growling sounds, like gurgling and growling sounds coming from outside the log cabin.
You heard puppies.
Yeah, I wish. I would look out the window into like the dark forest and there would be nothing there. Whenever I looked into this forest at night, I always had this weird, unnerving feeling like something's lurking among the trees. I would one day go out in the forest and see what was going on, and I didn't find much. I did see at night like a little white thing in the corner of my eye, like rush on past. Like I didn't fully see what it looked like, but I just saw a white like blob from the right side of me move past my corner vision. And then that's when I got spooked and ran to my grandpa.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think you got stalked by Slenderman, to be honest.
Slenderman, no. Right. Koha.
Well, speaking of Slenderman, that actually kind of plays into my story a little bit. So I was in middle school and I was spending the weekend over at my friend's place, and her mom wasn't home. Like she went to the casino or something. So we had the whole house to ourselves, and we decided that we were going to play Slenderman, had our jump scares and whatnot. So she went to go take a shower, and I was just chilling in the living room, listening to music and playing on my Game Boy. So how her house was set up, you could see the kitchen from the living room. It was like just one big room, and then you just had it sectioned off, kitchen and living room. So I look into the kitchen and all the lights are completely off, and then I just see something standing there, and I look at it, and whenever I look at it, I become completely paralyzed. I can't move. I'm just sitting there. I'm trying to yell for my friend and I can't say anything because I'm completely paralyzed. And I'm stuck like that for what feels like an hour before my friend finally comes back and is like, "Hey, what's going on?" That was pretty spooky, especially because she lived out in the woods.
Oh, very, very spooky. Lily, what's the most paranormal thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh dear, paranormal stuff. Skip me?
You want to be skipped? Alright, apparently you've had nothing spooky happen to you. You're too pure to spook.
What a weirdo.
You be nice.
He hasn't been spooked. That means he's not a part of the spooky cult.
Now, I've had a couple of paranormal instances in my life, but the one I remember the most prominently was the night my grandma died. We were staying in her bungalow down in, was it north or south? In Wales, near Rhyl. I just remember she had gone on holiday with our granddad down to Cornwall, and we were waiting for them to come back. And the night before we got the news, my mom, apparently, she felt somebody sit on the foot of her bed and pull the covers up past her shoulders. My stepdad, who was out sleeping in the conservatory on a blow-up mattress for some reason, also had somebody come and pull the covers up past his shoulders and sit with him for a bit. And myself, I distinctly remember, I think it was halfway through dozing off, and I remember feeling something sitting next to me. My covers were already up past my shoulders, but I remember feeling somebody ruffling my hair, and then hearing faint footsteps back towards the door. The next morning, I think it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, we finally get the phone call about her passing. Obviously, I wasn't awake at this point, and my mum and dad were just sat there like, my mum obviously was in shock, but my dad was like, hang on, somebody bloody visited me last night, and mom goes, oh shit, somebody visited me last night. And so when I get woken up later, they ask me, like, did you feel somebody in your room last night? I'm like, well, yeah, come to think of it. And then that's when the news was dropped. And that's one of the most prominent paranormal instances I've ever had happen to me.
Wow, that's pretty weird. The spirit of Grandma wanted to see you one last time before passing on.
Just wanted to make sure everyone was tucked in, I suppose.
That's pretty nice.
But moving away.
Can't believe Robo skipped me. Can't believe Robo hates me.
Oh shit! No, sorry, JPEG. I thought we'd done you. Go, JPEG, go.
All right, well, my sister's always told me this house was haunted. Apart from that, I mean, there's been plenty of moments I've had where I look out the window and think I see something, and you wait a little bit. You're scared. You don't want to look out the window again. It's like, oh, it's a sign in the neighbor's yard. That's all I've really had. Nothing truly spooky has ever happened to me.
So there we go. That's everyone now. I think now would be time for another advert. Fun. Do you have one for us?
Do you ever just walk to your local vending machine at like the big mall or at your hospital or on the streets of Japan and they have soda, but it's not cold? Well, here's your solution, my friend. The drink you want is super cold. The icy drink that the moment you drink it, you will literally freeze. And I'm not talking about figuratively. No, I mean actually the moment the drink touches your insides, they're all gonna freeze and you're gonna die from inside pneumonia.
That sounds amazing. How do I get a hold of this and how much is it?
Super cold is only at the low cost of nothing because this product is not allowed to be put on stores.
But we're allowed to advertise it.
But you can still get it for $1 at Funko Incorporated, the place where all fun stuff is. Get your can of Super Cold today. Warning, Funko does not advocate the deaths or internal organ failures of any person that decides to drink Super Cold. Funko and Fun himself is not responsible for any deaths, injuries, or dead grandmas that appear on his hands.
I'd like to jump in with another topic because for once I'm actually on the ball. And the question I would like to pose to everyone today: what is the best purchase you've ever made and why? And again, I would like to go down the list. So, Akko, what's the best thing you've ever bought? The one thing you do not regret.
That's a really, really, really tough question. Like, I'm not too sure because I haven't like bought super many things. I would say, at least for like other people, it's mostly for myself. So like the one thing I haven't regretted so far, at least, it's like my gaming PC. I bought it about 2 years ago, and it's been functioning sort of okay. Like, you see me post sometimes in Discord that it's been freaking haywire, like when my motherboard suddenly just faded or whatever, or when my hard drive just died. But that thing was super old. But otherwise, it's been fine, and it's a really good one as well. So I'll have it for like 8 more years and then replace it again.
Good one. Right. Fun. What's one thing you bought and did not regret?
The entire Louisiana purchase.
What?
Who?
Hang on, the Louisiana purchase? What?
You bought the entire state of Louisiana?
You bought Louisiana?
Yes, Louisiana is now mine.
I can't believe Fun is an honorary redneck.
I can't believe Fun can't give me an actual answer.
I can't believe you guys keep assuming that you can't believe stuff. But I've bought the entirety of Louisiana.
JPEG, what have you bought that you do not regret?
Now, the issue here is you're posing this question to a person who has no money. I have to be very careful with my spending in the first place. Most of the things I've bought are things I've had to replace. I don't really buy a lot of things in general. I got a new mouse. It's pretty nice. It's been nice for me. An actual good mouse instead of like some really like $5 piece of plastic that breaks in 2 or 3 months.
There you go then. That's a sensible answer. Koha?
My answer is also my mouse. So to understand why I don't regret buying this mouse, I have to talk about the mouse I had previously.
Go on.
So I play a shit ton of MMOs like Final Fantasy 14 or like Guild Wars 2, anything like that. So about 2 years ago, I decided to get the Razer Naga, which is the mouse with the 12 side buttons.
Oh yeah, I had one of those.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. This makes playing MMOs way easier because I can just hotkey all of my hotbars to the 12 side buttons, and also there's 2 buttons on the top, so you can make that Control and Alt. Control 1 through 12 be your second hotbar, and then Alt 1 through 12 would be your third. But then, because Razer tends to make some really, really bad products, some of the buttons stopped working. Like the 3 button was just absolutely F after a year. So I bought a Corsair Scimitar, and I do not regret it at all because all of the side buttons and the top buttons are mechanical, and it's the best purchase I've ever made.
Sweet, nice one. Lily, the best purchase you have made and the one you do not regret.
It would probably be my laptop. I use it for college. The moment I opened it up when I got home, I was really impressed with just screen size in general, because a lot of college concern is about, if it's too small, if it's too bulky to carry around. It's the first sort of laptop I've had. It's really nice. It's really reliable.
And I suppose the last one is me. The one thing I don't regret buying. That's actually a really good question, because I am very impulsive with my money. So I make a lot of snapshot decisions that I end up regretting later on. But the one thing I do not regret sinking money on is my little arcade machine. Mainly because of the fact I can finally play all those arcade classics the way they were meant to be played. And it's just the right size. It's not taking up a crap ton of space like an actual unit would. So there you go. Good topic. Are you fed up with having that pesky virginity hanging around? Are you fed up of women looking at you and thinking, God, I just want to fuck his brains out? I have the product for you, my friend. It's called World of Warcraft. Starting today for only $15, you too can kiss goodbye to your sex life just by making an account for this game. No longer will women pester you with their inane questions. No longer will those hockey bros want to play hockey with you every minute of the day. Just make an account now at www.worldofwarcraft.com and live out the rest of your life in peace.
Here's a testimony from a person who's played World of Warcraft. Hi there. My name is Stanley Stanlerton, and I once was a high-class jock that everyone loved. I had the girls, I had the bros, I had everything. But I got very tired of all the popularity and love and care that went into interacting with me. I decided to get myself World of Warcraft. And within seconds, I gained 25 levels of advanced autism. Now no one wants to touch me or be near me. And now, whenever the pizza man comes to my doorstep, instead of telling him, have a nice day, I of course say, have a nice good.
No, God damn.
Necro's gonna listen to this like, you bastard, you did me again.
That's why he has to join. You just keep doing those jokes until eventually he's forced to join, so you don't keep bullying him.
Yeah.
That way I can do it in front of his face.
And now, just to give Nin more work, one more ad read and the final one from me. Are you bored on Wednesday nights? Do you often find yourself flicking through Netflix wondering just what garbage you should watch now? Well, maybe you should let the theatre decide for you. Starting every Wednesday at select servers near you, Mystery Doki Theatre 3000 will shove a film in your face and say, hey, watch this for an hour. Trash movies, meme movies, fun for all and friendly staff. But remember, it is the only place where you can sit down and have a movie shoved so violently down into your eyes you will be seeing backwards for the next 3 weeks. Starring such movies as Werewolf, Laser Blast, The Projected Man, and Kung Pao. Remember, it's a mystery why we even started this.
Sponsored by Funko.
And now we have maybe 1, 2... Let's do one more topic because I am
I'll do it.
I am running out of time here.
Okay. Hi there. My name is Brian Griffin.
We said topic, not fucking ad.
That's the topic. Let's talk about Family Guy.
No.
Stop.
No.
That's it. End the podcast.
No.
We're done.
Hey, here, I got an idea. Let's talk about our ex and current waifus.
Please.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Oh God.
I don't have any other
oh
waifus.
no. Okay, let's talk about what do you think is possibly the worst TV show there is.
Ah.
Koa, what do you think, in your personal opinion, is the worst TV show in all of television history?
Oh God, why are you doing this to me? So for context, for people that don't know, me and another person are like the artists of the group. So whenever I see shows that are just, bad plot wise, I'm like, okay, whatever. There's a lot of shows like that. But what's even worse is when the art is also bad.
Oh, so
And-
you're talking like Big Mouth tier.
I was actually about to say that. Yes, I fucking hate Big Mouth. We need to nuke Big Mouth from fucking orbit. It is
Hey
the most
guys, it's me. I'm going through puberty. I'm gonna talk about dicks all day.
It is the most goddamn ugliest thing I have ever seen in my life. And on top of that, it is Tumblr tier hot garbage in its storyline. It had, there was an episode where they had little kids naked talking about vaginas and tits in a song at some fucking spa or something.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I want to nuke it. I want it erased from my memory and erased from history. I don't want this thing to have ever existed. I would go back in time just to stop this show from existing.
That is the most passionate answer I think we've ever had in these 2 episodes.
Yes, there's a lot of passion that leaks through in this podcast, but enough passion. JPEG, what do you think is the worst TV show in your personal opinion?
I don't watch TV.
Well, that's great. Robo, what do you think is the worst TV show in your personal opinion?
Jersey fucking Shore, because it glorifies being an absolute dumbass and a waste on society. It's just a glorified vanity show for people who would much rather look in the mirror at themselves than actually be useful.
Well, I mean, it's in the name, Jersey. Anything that goes down in New Jersey is bound to be terrible.
I would also like to nominate Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
So pretty much any reality TV show.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Akiko, what do you think is the worst TV show?
It's obviously Rick and Morty. No, but seriously.
Morty! You talking shit about that show, Morty?
I've watched it so many times, I know it's garbage. No, but I'm not too sure. Like, first I was gonna say Family Guy because I have sort of a bias against it because in school everybody freaking talked about it, so I got oversaturated to hell. But then Robo comes up with Jersey Shore, and I'm like, maybe? Like, that's also one of those things I saw. Like, I didn't watch it on TV, but my sister did, so I sometimes just came into the living room and started watch it. That shit just came on at the worst time. It was like, I don't know, a week after my ex had cheated on me, and then I see that where it's like a bunch of people just going around having sex with one another all the time, and then they start drama about it and whatever, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So, like, basically anything mainstream, I guess you could say, is horrible.
Yeah, you're the biggest hipster among us.
Of course, that's why I watch garbage anime all the time and have, like, according to the DDCC lore, like 5 wives.
Well, that's great, Mr. Womanizer.
God damn it.
Anyways, Lily, what do you think is the worst TV show in all of history.
Damn, I'll tell you what, Robo just stole the words right out of my mouth. Just, reality TV in general is just. But yeah, Robo, you know what? Robo hit it on the head. Just, I don't get the glorification of entertainment networks and reality TV shows in general. It's a cancer on society and should be just struck from the national collective conscience.
Like, oh my gosh, Becky, did you hear about Brad?
Oh my God, are you serious? You stop. You just go ahead and stop. And in turn, Snacko goes over and says, "No, he was there. He was there. He walked right up to him. She did not."
Reality TV is real cancer. Finally, we move on to me. What do I think is the worst show? Well, that's an easy one. The worst show on television is Family Guy. Family Guy, from a writing standpoint and everything else, is pretty bad. That's why there are so many memes of it. Like, you can't go on Twitter without seeing at least one Sans Undertale in Family Guy joke. That's kind of the reason why, while I hate Family Guy, I just can't help but watch it, because the meme base around Family Guy as a whole is just so very funny, or at least makes me, of all people, giggle and gaff around so much that I just can't help continuously watch it despite hating it.
Good answer.
To wrap up this podcast, hey Lois, remember that time I ended the podcast?
Terrible. Just for that, I am going to hijack your ending. So thank you once again for.
We need Mr. Family Guy.
No, we do not. It's done. Mr. Family Guy can go join Family Guy in obscurity.
The preceding hour,
Okay. I think that's as good a time as any. So, with that, thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed. And I will now go down the list. So, thank you, Akko, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you once again, Fun, for being my co-host and making me wish I've never heard of Family Guy.
No problem, man. Have a nice good.
Thank you to JPEG for giving it a good shot, despite despite some hang-ups.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on. See you guys.
Thank you, Koha, especially for giving the most passionate filled answer we've ever heard.
You know me. Ha ha ha.
Thank you, Lily, for giving it his best and generally being a good boy.
Oh, thank you, Robo.
And thank you myself for not fucking this up. And with that, we will see you next time.
Please help me. I'm trapped in Peter Griffin's basement. Plebs, but you know what? My all-time worst is the Food Network channel, and you want to know why? I'll tell you a story behind this. Sit down. I'll tell you all the tale. You know, I wanted to. You know what? I actually applied for a position on the Food Channel. Just, half hour, 45 minutes of your time to teach you all about to teach my unique talent to the world. You know what? I received a letter back from the Food Network channel, and started as such.
Hello there, Octavian. This is Kirk McGriff, executive producer for the Food Channel. We have reviewed your recent application to be host of your own TV show on our network titled Salty Vegan Eats, a Pro Gamer's Way of Life. However, after further reviewing your claim of being an quote-unquote extremely popular professional gamer, we found the evidence lacking. Mr. Octavian, casually playing a children's card game does not make you a pro gamer. Have a nice day and good luck to your future endeavors. And quite frankly, I can't think of a more insulting way of just upholding the chatting Veronican establishment and keeping all of us oppressed gamers down. So, you know what? To all those people out there, yeah, follow your dreams. Don't let your dreams be memes. That's all I gotta say, man.
Wow, they rejected you just like that. Did you show them the gamer gear? Did you show them your gamer spot?
I showed them the gang weed. You know what? I showed them my laundry list of terrible romantic endeavors gone wrong. Just it's a hard life. It's a tragic life. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta make a statement. And
I fucking feel like I just fell into an alternate dimension there for a moment.
It's time for gamers to rise up.
Gamers rise up, and
we truly live in a society.
Like that was a question of what fucking show do you hate? I mean, what the fuck just happened?